And get this, early ATMs didn't even use plastic cards. They used these single-use paper vouchers, which made the whole process feel even more bizarre and uncertain.
The automated teller machine, the ATM, is a cornerstone of global banking. It's a symbol of convenience, of access, but let's rewind the clock to a time when it was seen as anything but convenient.
So when the first ATMs started appearing, they weren't exactly greeted with parades. They were seen as a huge...
You know, there's this piece of tech that pretty much all of us use without even thinking about it. But its story? It's actually a huge reminder that even the most brilliant inventions can totally fail if they can't get past one simple, powerful barrier: our own trust.
I mean, really think about it for a second. We walk up to a box on a wall, slide in a piece of plastic, punch in a secret code, and boom, out comes cash. We do this everywhere, all over the world, even in the middle of the night, and we never really question if it's going to work. It's just become a completely normal, reliable part of our lives.
So here's the crazy part. Why were people once absolutely terrified of this thing? The super easy experience we have today is actually built on a foundation of intense public fear. To really understand how we got from there to here, we've got to go back to the beginning.
Right now, the automated teller machine, the ATM, is a cornerstone of global banking. It's a symbol of convenience, of access, but let's rewind the clock to a time when it was seen as anything but convenient.
So when the first ATMs started appearing, they weren't exactly greeted with parades. They were seen as a huge gamble. You have to put yourself in that mindset. Imagine a world where computers were these mysterious, gigantic machines that filled entire rooms. Now, picture a bank asking you to trust a tiny new version of that tech with your entire paycheck.
And the risk we're talking about here, it wasn't some abstract financial thing like investing in stocks. No, this was a deeply personal, gut-level fear. For those first users, the danger felt so immediate. The question was, what if this unknown, silent machine just eats my hard-earned money, and I never, ever see it again?
So where did all this distrust come from? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was a whole collection of very understandable anxieties about a process that just felt alien and impersonal. Let's break those fears down.
These were the core issues. People genuinely believed the machine might just decide to keep their money, or that it could just break down right in the middle of a transaction, leaving them totally in limbo. And maybe the biggest fear of all, if something did go wrong, you were completely on your own. There was no friendly teller there to sort it out for you.
This was the real conflict. On one side, you have the familiar, human teller you could look in the eye and trust. On the other, this cold, silent machine. And get this, early ATMs didn't even use plastic cards. They used these single-use paper vouchers, which made the whole process feel even more bizarre and uncertain. It felt like a total loss of control.
But obviously, the story doesn't end there. Slowly but surely, through better reliability, smarter design, and just sheer persistence, that perception started to change. The technology really had to earn its place in our lives.
And there it is, the incredible turnaround. The exact same machine that people were afraid would steal from them became the machine they relied on day in and day out. It's a complete reversal, and it proves that even really deep-seated fears about technology can be overcome.
So, the crucial point here is that this story is about so much more than just cash machines. The whole struggle of the ATM teaches us this huge, universal lesson about what it takes to introduce any new disruptive tech to the world.
The technology itself can be perfect, but if people are afraid to use it, it's going to fail. Simple as that. The biggest barrier to innovation isn't the machine, it's human fear. The real challenge isn't just building the tech, it's building the trust that allows people to actually embrace it.
Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. The story of the ATM played out decades ago, but that pattern, it just keeps repeating itself. So, as you look at all the new technologies emerging all around us right now, it's really worth asking, what are the machines we're afraid of today, and what's it going to take for us to trust them?